there he makes contact. He comes down trying to get in front of Kurt Busch. They make contact.
And he lifts up.
Watch that thing fly. You know, it lands on that road you talked about.
And then when it gets onto the racetrack again, takes another nasty flip. Watch this hit.
That's a hard one. I mean, you just going for a ride at that moment. Oh, my God. Jeez.
They all look pretty hard.
Yeah, they do. I don't want to be in there in any of them.
I mean, in slow motion, it
Like
looks
I said, that car
even
really
more
held up
devastating.
well.
What's good, y'all? It's your boy Ross, back at it again with another video. So we're gonna check out the worst NASCAR red flag crashes. I'm always gonna say this: I have much respect for anybody that's into any moto sport, whether it's NASCAR, whether it's on a motorcycle, or whether it's on, you know, in a truck, drag racing, drag strip racing, like the dragsters, whatever. Like motorsport racing you're doing, hell, even if you're in a monster truck, it takes a lot of bravery to go out there and give it your all. And there's a possibility that things can go wrong, even with the safety measures that you have. So we're gonna check this out. Should be a crazy one, man. Appreciate all the love, support. Let's get right into it, man.
Oh, crash on the track.
Damn.
Oh, heavy contact cars.
Damn.
There's Hornish. One car in flames.
Multiple
heavy contact.
crashes.
The 43 involved. Blaney involved. David Gilliland is heavy. The whole front of that car
nothing you can do.
sheared away. There's David Gilliland. The good news is the window net is down, and he is pulling the visor up. Look at the front of that car, completely destroyed. Michael Waldrop involved.
Boy, Dave Blaney's car is destroyed in the front also. Oh, it looks
Bobby
like
Labonte is hit hard, and he is
taking a big hit here.
Yeah, he's trying to get over to get to the wall.
That Mike McDowell gets into the back of Gilliland, getting into the corner here.
Oh no.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my
Right
God.
across in front of Labonte, who backs that car into the guardrail. There
Man.
comes the 77 of Hornish. He was involved. See, Ryan Newman just stopped in the 12 car.
This is in real time. Oh my God. Oh my. Oh.
That was a lot of really, really hard hits right there.
I mean, they moving, bro, over 100 miles an hour easily. Oh,
Gilliland,
God.
that's a 43 car that came down, and yes, Gilliland bounced off the wall.
With 8 laps to go, Gilliland would bounce off the wall after making contact with Michael McDowell, and Sam Hornish would go flying into the yellow pit barrels, creating a massive crash. Behind him, multiple cars would be collected in this accident, and especially at the time in 2008, unless it was a super speedway race, maybe Dover, you rarely saw accidents like this in NASCAR. Big ones didn't happen often like they do nowadays, so having a crash like this was probably kind of historic in a way, especially at a road course. Crashes at road courses usually aren't this massive, but man, we figured out how to wad them up, especially
that was
at
like
Watkins Glen over the years. And this will not be the last time that Watkins Glen is on this list.
And you have to guess which one.
All right.
That's why he's doing what he's doing. It's just
Oh no. Oh my God.
once and a half. And on
Oh
his roof.
my God. Oh my God.
Caution is out.
There he is, right in
He
the
got
middle.
airborne.
And these guys are Dyson. Go ahead, BP.
And there he makes contact. He comes down trying to get in front of Kurt Busch. They make contact.
And he lifts up.
Watch that thing fly. You know, it lands on that road you talked about.
And then when it gets onto the racetrack again, takes another nasty flip. Watch this hit.
That's a hard one. I mean, you just going for a ride at that moment. Oh my God. Jeez.
They all look pretty hard.
Yeah, they do. I don't want to be in there in any of them.
I mean, in slow motion, it
Like I
looks
said, that car
even
really
more
held up
devastating.
well above the driver.
But you see the hood flopping around and the deck lid, the tethers that NASCAR has these teams installed to keep the hood and deck lid.
Look at where he took the steering wheel off right away. Yeah.
Elliot Sadler has had some wild rides in NASCAR. He's had the infamous 2010 crash at Pocono. He's flipped at Talladega multiple times, but the worst one was the 2003 crash down the backstretch. Elliot Sadler would get turned down the backstretch and then go barrel rolling in the air, landing on all 4 tires. This was one of the most iconic flips in NASCAR, especially in the mid-2000s when it was at its peak in popularity. So when the M&M car fly down the backstretch in the air, barrel rolling was definitely a sight to see.
Another chain reaction crash. Casey Kane involved. The 11 car involved Denny Hamlin. Casey Mears involved.
Casey Kane, man, this is going to be a big blow for him in points.
Heavy contact. There's the 7 of Robbie Gordon.
Oh, no. Red flag right here. The track is blocked.
Oh, no.
And 2. There they are coming by the start-finish line. Contact. There's Mears.
Like Michael Waltrip was involved. Those 7 of Clint Boyer also involved.
Damn.
Gosh, what a wreck.
Oh.
Reed Sorensen able to get stopped there somehow.
Okay, here's Clint Boyer. You see what happened here with him. There's contact in front of him. Gets a piece of it.
Turn left, turn left, turn left.
And we didn't see him that much involved, but he's going to have some damage.
Yeah, he's
hitting the right front wheel.
The funniest thing that happened after this accident is Clint Boyer came on the radio and said Michael Waltrip is the worst NASCAR driver, period.
Damn.
And Michael Waltrip ended up hiring him just a handful of years later. Regardless of the fact, I don't believe this was Michael Waltrip's fault, in my opinion. There was an accident between Michael Waltrip and Casey Mears, and with nowhere to go, so many back markers piled into this accident. Okay, not back markers, but like mid markers. I don't know, what do we call these drivers? Anyway. But after this accident, we had to have a long cleanup because Bristol is such a small track. Getting these cars to the garage area and fixed up took a little bit. So we had to red flag the race, but the amount of damage that actually came from this accident was pretty crazy. So many cars got torn up in this, and I think Casey Kane got the worst of it.
Jeez. Woo. Oh, no.
Got
Oh,
front.
no.
Right in front of Junior.
Oh,
Kevin is in it.
oh, no.
When
Damn.
you get around them.
Kevin, a lot of chasers involved in this one.
Damn.
17.
When you get off.
That's a lot of them.
This is definitely the big one we were looking for, guys. I was hoping we had not seen, or we had seen it and we wouldn't see this, but
These guys hung back all day, and that's what they get in then.
We don't have any brakes.
See Carl Edwards and Greg Biffle up on the high side, making a real run. You see Blaney gets turned a little bit there, but that was okay. That looked like that could be big. But the trouble's going to start right up here in the front whenever looks like maybe the 99 gets into the back of the 16. That's all 3 Roush cars that it takes out right there. And Dale Jr.
Look at Jimmy Johnson just squeezed by this. There's still some wrecking ahead of Jimmy Johnson yet.
I mean,
we talk about bump drafting. It's hard to see from that angle we were right there, but bump drafting in the corners. You have to believe that Biffle got a shot right there. I don't think that the car would just turn sideways. Jimmy Johnson right there in the middle, just behind Kevin Harvick, who was involved in the accident, but Jimmy Johnson is going to slip through.
Look how close. Oh, my God.
He's gone.
And he got lifted. Yep. I think I've seen this clip before. Oh, my God.
Huge hit for Josh Berry.
Yeah, I've seen this clip before. That's still crazy, bro. I mean, you just there for the ride at that point. There ain't really much you can do except just hold on and brace for impact as much as you can. Look at this.
Contact. The 2 is getting pushed, and as soon as that car was pushing him, got turned around and went. This is what scared me, because Josh is hanging on his belt.
Oh, my God.
He's not in his seat. He's hanging on his belt and has that frontal impact.
Yeah.
Everything that went right for the 34 to set his car back on the wheels didn't go right for Josh Berry. And
I mean, he's just upside down.
The flip
spinning
is the first concern, but then the hit into the wall when gravity is pulling you out of the seat is just different. Multi-point harness is trying to hold your hips and your lower body tight into that seat.
When battling for a win at Daytona in 2024, Josh Berry was turned down the backstretch, and then his car went up in the air and upside down. His car would make a vicious contact with the wall and then spun around like a top. This crash just looked so painful, as the compression rate as he would hit the wall would be extremely powerful. Thankfully, Josh Berry was able to walk away unscathed from this accident, even though it was one of the most honest flips we've ever seen at Daytona in a violent way.
Here we go for NASCAR's All-Star Race. The 17th annual running of the Winston gets the green flag. And Steve Park, boy, real loose on the start, almost spun.
Bunch of guys did. Jeff Burton got in the back of Tony Stewart and turned him sideways. Oh, car's sideways. All the cars are loose down in the corner. The track is wet. It's Gordon. Michael Waltrip, Kevin 29 car. All these cars are wrecking because I believe it might be raining down there.
And the rain is coming even harder.
Yeah.
Oh, for Pete's sake.
For Pete's sake.
What a way to start this event.
Damn, it
For
just
some drivers,
started.
What a way to end it.
Unbelievable.
Yep, just started raining.
They waved the green flag. The sky opened up. Harvick, shower of sparks up in turn 3.
They get down here to the corner. And everybody starts up the hill. I mean, everybody's loose. There goes Harvick.
Rusty Wallace all but hit the wall.
Rusty was so lucky. Watch Park back here, and if he can,
Right there.
see, he can't get going. He's just spinning the tires and does everything but spin out.
Yeah, we thought he spun the tires from acceleration, but obviously the racetrack was getting damp already.
I believe it must have been. I think there must have been enough moisture on the racetrack that they just couldn't get any traction.
I mean, those are true, like, you know, racing slicks. Ain't no real grip to them unless it's like a dry, you know, prep surface. Like, this is not something that you should be taking out, especially if the conditions are slick and wet. You're just gonna be sliding all over the place. So,
from all-star to all-weather,
Michael has had a tough weekend here.
Nowhere for
boy, right into the side of Jeff Gordon. That was a hard lick for Jeff and Michael.
From Bobby Hamilton.
Just gets
that's a crazy visual. Just
the 2001 All-Star race was one of the first races that I can remember when NASCAR got caught racing in the rain and had a massive pileup. Right before the start of the race, Steve Park almost spun out because he spun his tires because they were wet. Everybody else thought he missed a shift and almost wrecked because of it. Or really, it was just the water on the track. Jeff Gordon, Kevin Harvick, and multiple other cars would go full speed into turn number 1, slide up to the wall, and crash their cars. Jeff Gordon got the worst of this as he would slide up into the wall and back down across the track into Michael Waltrip, who had nowhere to go because of Gordon's spinning car, and he had no traction to try to even avoid it. This was at a really interesting time for NASCAR because they were still at their peak popularity, where they also wanted to have a legit racing series and they weren't full of gimmicks. But NASCAR said since this was an all-star race, they would let all these cars that got in a wreck go to a backup car and they would basically restart the race. Jeff Gordon was one of them who went to a backup car, and he went on to win the 2001 All-Star race.
Chase about a car length ahead.
Right,
They're closing in on the 9. He's going to go up, block the top of the
racetrack.
Big crash.
Oh,
Hamlin involved.
Oh.
Big crash.
Oh my God. It's just so many.
Compromised track position, and you get right in the middle of it.
Look how many cars got involved in that.
There's a lot of contact right there. As Christopher Buescher lifts off the gas, the 7, all those cars behind him, they all just make, they just run in the back of each other. Big accordion effect. They caught the 9 so quickly down the back straightaway, and I thought for sure he would go around.
Hit the wall.
Third car outside lane, but he's able to hang on to it. Reddick does the same.
And he spins.
And then the crash is on
and everybody else
him.
just hits everybody else that's in front of him.
Such a great shot. They were just coming at you. You see him kind of just dart out of line.
Oh, Kyle Busch just getting caught in the right rear quarter panel late.
During the 2025 Atlanta race, the first race of the in-season NASCAR tournament, there was a massive crash that collected almost the entire field on the backstretch. This was so early on in the race, we still had like over 180 laps to go, something that rarely happens at super speedway races. You never really see wrecks that involve so many cars very early on. But it happened in Atlanta, and it was one of the craziest things that's ever happened in that track's history, in my opinion. But if you want to talk about something crazy that has never happened at a racetrack except for this one time, It was during the 2012 Daytona 500 that was actually run on a Monday when Juan Pablo Montoya was driving to catch up to the back of the field after making a pit stop and a caution. Something in the rear of his car broke, sending him sliding into a jet dryer. Yes, you heard that right. A jet dryer that should be drying or cleaning off the racetrack. When Montoya's car would hit it, it would engulf in flames and start burning and causing a massive fire. This fire you were actually able to see from Jimmy Johnson's plane that was currently in the air because he was going home after crashing early on. Juan Pablo Montoya's day may have ended here, but the night was still very long, and NASCAR had an extensive cleanup after this.
I just wonder what it's going to do to the racetrack.
Well, here comes the fire crew. You see the red truck bottom of the screen. They've got to get that out because that fire could damage the racing surface.
That's what I was thinking. I mean, you got fuel, it's on fire. It could eat that asphalt right up.
It is commonplace for track safety, rescue, track drying vehicles to circulate the track under a caution flag. Drivers must maintain reasonable speed while catching up the pack and avoid those emergency vehicles. They're brightly lit and everything. That's easy to do when you can be under control of your race car.
I just wonder if Montoya was going down the back, catching up with the field, and he didn't know the safety truck was up there. They called him on the radio and said, "Watch that safety truck," and the car darted hard right. Something had to happen.
I saw sparks underneath. The car broke, and I don't believe he had steering control.
I don't either. I mean,
when the car went up the track.
When you see the sparks come out from under the car, it just looks like it had a flat tire or something happened to it.
That's really wild, bro. That's, you don't ever really see this.
I don't know how many gallon of jet fuel that thing holds, but I guarantee you it's got several gallon in it. Probably 100.
Track personnel exited.
Look at that blaze.
That cleanup truck very quickly after the collision and walked away.
Oh my God! Oh damn! Jeez! Oh!
Caution's out.
Bro, that
terrible crash.
Destroyed.
Ryan Newman
Look at
overran
this.
That corner just a little bit. You see quite
Hit
a few
him.
cars over there.
He's losing
Back
control.
on the track. Contact between Biffle and Newman.
Right into the
Biffle
wall.
coming back on the track.
My
Newman
gosh.
was right there.
Spins out.
Into him and hard into that car.
Hits the other person.
Back out in the middle of the track here.
They end up hitting the barricade.
See the rear end housing.
Oh my God. They end up look like on their side.
Impact from McDowell. Probably knocked the wind out of him.
Much respect to y'all, bro.
Biffle coming
see this in
the track
in real time.
Running into him.
Oh my God.
I'm fine. It was just
I think
bad
it's just what makes it crazy is seeing when it's happening in real time, how the other drivers are able to react in enough time to avoid, for the most part, the accident. Because that's you moving at a high rate of speed and you see something and having the awareness to kind of get out the way to dodge the debris or, you know, not trying to be in that situation yourself. That's wild, bro.
It's wrong place at the wrong time. But from my standpoint, Biffle jumped the curb, got the splitter or something up on the curb, and got out and got across the grass. And I probably could have gave him a little bit more, but I tried to time it so I could shoot past, and he slowed down when he got back on the racetrack. But it's really disappointing. We lost John Melvin here last couple weeks, and he did a lot of innovations for our sport, and it's really sad that they haven't adapted any of them here for this racetrack. And the barriers, the safer barrier that doesn't exist here, the Armco walls. There's no concrete walls. It's just it's a very antiquated racetrack, and the safety is not at all up to NASCAR standards. And it's a shame that we have to have accidents like that to prove it. So hopefully something will change the next time we come back here with our Caterpillar Chevrolet.
Since around 2008, Watkins Glen has definitely been a track on NASCAR's schedule that is kind of underrated for violent crashes. And in 2014, Ryan Newman and Michael McDowell would break the guardrail. Yeah, Michael McDowell would go through the guardrail and Ryan Newman would push it back. Ryan Newman's a driver who's had a lot of safety concerns over his career, dealing with cars landing on top of him or him landing on top of cars. But this was actually one that he was right about. NASCAR shouldn't race around guardrails, in my opinion, and still to this day they do. I hope one day we can get rid of the guardrails and put actual walls there that are much, much safer for the drivers.
Sawalich has done a great job today.
Oh my God.
McDowell, Sawalich. There was contact with Austin Hill. Taylor Gray got a piece of it.
Oh, slow down, guys.
Please. Oh, no. Oh, you can't see nothing.
I mean, why would he do that? You know who he is. You okay? Yeah. I mean, he hooked me.
See, the visibility goes away.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't think that I don't think that's intentional, Adam. I think that is Austin running wide, trying to get back on the racetrack, and very similar to what we saw with Retzloff. I know there's going to be some frustrated people.
And then they had to stop. Then they
look at those guys that have slowed down behind, and others that just came piling in there.
4 wide. Through turns 1 and 2 and all the way down the back.
Losing it.
Is in the wall right after contact.
Right in front of the pack. Blaney's around. Logano's around. They're all wrecking. This is the big one.
I think we've seen this one. Yeah, we've seen this clip too. Damn near the whole field.
4 cars were in front of that crash. 1 car, McDowell, was behind it.
I mean, there's only 4 cars that are not in this crash.
That's
You've got the inertia, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cars all slamming into Bubba Wallace.
Hit
and
the
as
wall.
soon as they touched him, he was already in trouble, in my opinion. That car was loose. We saw it several times, and as soon as they touched him, away it went. Wrecked the whole field. That's a big one.
And a lot of times, well, all the time, for the most part, when those 4 or 5 cars are hooked up like that, when they get checked up, the guy that's 4 or 5 cars back doesn't understand.
There's nothing more iconic than the Talladega big one, right? Well, if you want to hear my hot take, I don't like the big one anymore in NASCAR. Around 2020, maybe, I'm not really sure. Somewhere around that time frame, when we have big ones at Super Speedway races, it takes out the whole field, and it's no excitement. Yeah, they crash, woo, crazy. But I hate how over 30 cars get into accidents like this. It ruins the race, for my opinion, and the race to finish has less cars.
Yeah.
So I hope one day we can get rid of these big ones where we just all pile into each other. I know the next gen is very pushy because the bodies don't bend and break, so
look how
maybe we
close
can
they
make them
are,
more
bro.
fragile. I don't know. I'm not an engineer, but I don't like big ones anymore. But regardless of the fact, this was a huge crash that NASCAR had to red flag the race for.
Hey, once again, like I said at the beginning of this video, much respect to all of the racers in any type of motorsport that you're out there in. I mean, you have to have all types of bravery to go into the race, knowing there's a good chance you could possibly get injured, man. Or, you know, even something worse, like you're going at a high rate of speed. Even with all the safety precautions, things can go wrong. But hey, comment down below. Let me know some other car-related videos you want me to check out. I definitely will. Appreciate all love, support. Road to 30K. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.